That was the 15 of the Dominator. Brad Pounds made the move on the 41 of Lauer. Now in the number 5 spot, rounding out that top 5. Alex Stanford now in the number 3 position in the number 98 machine. But out front, it is all Ethan Dotson.
Colin Weinbarger in the C9 bounced off of the back wall coming on the exit of turn 2. Last lap. Let's see if that affects that rear end at all.
Laney now starting to reel in. Ethan Dotson running the same line he is around the top side of the racetrack. They may have found something up there on that 5L.
The 175 of Ethan Dotson not able to gap the 5L like he was the 198. So Cody Laney might have something late in this race for the 175 of Ethan Dotson.
It is incredible the speed Dotson carries around the high side of the racetrack. And Cody Laney sees what he's doing and following suit. Laney looks to be a little better through turns 3 and 4, while Dotson is clearly better through 1 and 2. Look at Laney showing some color out of turn 4, letting him know, hey, buddy, I'm right here. Let's get it on.
Laney, we're halfway through this one. Laney searching now high and low. When he was searching, that did him a disadvantage down the back straightaway. Now you can see the lead has grown for Ethan Dotson. So right now it seems like the high line is the way to be as Ethan Dotson stretches his lead over the 5L of Cody Laney.
Cody Laney in second, definitely trying to reel in Ethan Dotson, but Ethan Dotson is just driving the wheels off that machine.
A couple of drivers trying to make something happen on the bottom. Jerry Flippo, one of them in the 13, actually losing ground to the 15 of Pounds. These guys on the bottom, they're kind of there, but the guys on the top are clearly, it's momentum right now around the top side of the racetrack and carrying your speed out of the corners, and Ethan Dotson and Cody Laney are getting away from this field. They're out of here like last year.
The 2019 Victory Circle chassis 175 of Ethan Dotson out front in front of the 2019 race chassis of Cody Laney in the 5L. Then you pick up Alex Stanford and the C9 of Colin Weinberger from Oregon. And the number 4 spot running out that top 5 is the Dominator Brad Pounds.
3rd, 4th, and 5th are all nose to tail.
Probs for the 198 of the Rebel Rouser Robbie Sawyer as he's slow in turns 3 and 4.
Rebel Rouser Robbie Sawyer having issues. Slow on the track as the leaders get by him. Is he going to be able to make it off the track?
Oh, here comes the Ricky Childress almost getting into the backside of Robbie Sawyer as he makes his way off the track in turn number 1.
Danny Lauer in the 41 pulling into the infield and calling it a night.
As we're 27 laps, make it 28 laps this time by for your leaders. 12 laps remaining. It's Ethan Dotson now working on the backside of some hard traffic.
We've seen this before just a few laps ago. He went through these guys.
Darrell Hughes goes around in turn 2, but able to pull it into the infield right next to the K-rail.
They are battling 3 wide for position in front of your leader coming to the stripe. Here comes Ethan Dotson working the high side in turns 1 and 2. He's on the outside of the Sandman, Rob Sanders, now working on the backside of the 1 machine of Sean.
It's Matt Jenner in the number 6. Right next to Dotson. Dotson trying to get underneath him out of turn number 4. Jenner trying to hold his own. Now Dotson dives to the gutter of turns 1, 2, drifts to the high side out of turn 2. Jenner right there with him trying to return the favor and stay in the lead lap. But Dotson has really found something, and look who he's got in tow. These guys are hooked together. Caution is out.
Caution is out. We cannot see a car around.
I want to say it's a debris caution in turn number 1. It might be, I'm thinking, nope, that's still there. I was thinking it came off of
Sawyer's car.
I was thinking it came off of actually Trevor Fitz, but the piece of sheet metal that's hanging off the back is still attached. Yeah, if you guys look at Trevor Fitz, number 28, when he comes around, it's got a little bit of stuff hanging off the back end of it.
Trevor Fitz was the California points earning champion of 2019, and that Maxwell Industries number 28.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if your flagman throws the mechanical flag for the 28.
It fell off in turn number 2 as we were speaking about it.
I'll tell you, that's a game saver for him.
Yeah.
So
that's a big game saver, but I wonder, that was a bumper of some sort.
No, it was a filler panel off the back of the 28.
No, the one that was picked up on the front stretch.
I didn't see it.
That was a bumper.
Your flagman showing them we got 10 to go. 30 laps down, 10 to go while we're under caution. Ethan Dotson, Cody Laney, your third place car now. Colin Weinbarger in the 9, driving the Reichenbach machine.
16 cars remaining for the final 10 laps of this 40-lap A main event. It's been all of the 175 of Ethan Dotson out front, but he has a rear mirror full of the 5L Cody Laney right there hot on his heels.
Let me ask you guys an honest answer, an honest question here. Do you think the 5 of Cody Laney has what it takes to get by the 175 of Dotson?
To give you the 100% truth, if Cody Laney started on the inside on this restart and was able to get a slide job done early and get out in front of the 175, he may be able to hold him off. But right now, it looks like the 175 of Ethan Dotson has what it takes to take it all the way and lead every single lap.
I have to agree 100% at this point. Dotson has been so perfect. I mean, truly just perfection around the top of the racetrack.
It's going to come into one of those things. If Dotson slips, Cody or Colin, right there, they're going to pounce. But it's going to be one of those things that everything's in the bowl of Ethan Dotson.
Well, here's the thing.
He can either keep it and run with it, or spill it all over the place and have nothing.
We're only at 10 laps left. He's got a lot of clean racetrack to work with. I doubt in the 10 laps they'll get really, if they get into lap traffic at all, it won't be much. I don't know if they're going to get to the backside. I don't know if these guys are going to have enough help or a true shot at him, because he has been so good on these restarts, and with clean racetrack to work with, he gets away from him.
He gets away from him in a hurry, but I don't know. Colin Weinbarger sitting there in that C9 machine, just kind of lurking, and all it takes is one little spot. And knowing Colin, how he's been up north, he's not afraid to throw something in there to see if it'll stick.
The top 4 drivers have all won guitars here at the Budweiser Nationals right now. These guys, I tell you, you're in some fast company, man. Here we go at a turn 4, green flag. Dotson dives to the bottom. Weinbarger and Laney door to door to turn number 1. Colin Weinbarger very good on the bottom, trying to take a shot at Laney. Laney's got some momentum. Will he give up that second spot? Not this time on the backstretch.
3 wide down the back straightaway goes the 24 of Ricky Childress, the 28 of Trevor Fitz, and something major going wrong with the Dominator, Brad Pounds.
Unfortunate.
So Brad Pounds making his way off of the track exit in turn number 1, but out front it is still Ethan Dotson leading him to the stripe for lap number 32.
Ethan Dotson leading the way. Cody Laney right there in the same line. Stanford coming up. Slider served up a little raw.
Stanford tried a bold move. Weinbarger put a bumper on him. Now both drivers fading to the top at a turn number 4. That's a heavy challenge for the number 3 spot from Alex Stanford, battling Colin Weinbarger. Weinbarger using that top line around turns 1 and 2. Stanford tried a slide job, slid up on him, and Colin did not lift the throttle.
Oh, it's the Budweiser Nationals. You're not lifting here if you don't absolutely have to.
Ethan Dotson about 4 car lengths over the 5L of Cody Laney. Again, not enough time to get into lap traffic with 35 laps down. This time around, 5 to go.
Ethan Dotson 5 laps away from his 4th guitar in 2019 for the 34th annual running of the Budweiser Nationals. He's got 4 cars over Cody Laney as they go into turns 3 and 4.
Dead car in turn number 2.
Colin Hibden coming up lame in the center of turns 1 and 2.
A little trouble down in turn 4.
As you can see, late in this race, the track is going away just a bit. It is becoming a typical Budweiser National dry, slick track from top to bottom.
This is what we expected on night number 2.
It just took us a while to get there.
Right. We knew it was going to get here. It was just a matter of when.
But the Schweitzer Motorsports family did a fantastic job here on night number 2, keeping the moisture in the track, keeping the dust down, and having a fantastic showing.
Look at how smooth this racetrack is.
The Schweitzer family and the track prep crew, they took that as an insult last night of what the track did to them. It made them look bad. So they came out, said, you know what, we're going to take charge of it, do what we got to do to make it look good again. And they did an amazing job.
Well, they put the work in and they nailed it. I mean, they were here till 4 o'clock in the morning. and it's paid off.
They were back at 7 in the morning.
You know, this is the kind of racetrack you want to see that I like to see as an announcer, as a race fan. I love seeing these type of tracks because on these dry slick tracks, everybody's fast on a hooked up track. Everybody's fast. It's harder to pass. It's rough on equipment. This is the kind of track that will feature who has talent and who doesn't. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying who doesn't. I just mean the cream really
drivability.
rises. Yes, the cream rises to the top on a dry slick racetrack, and it's a lot easier on equipment.
Right now you can see who is on top is Ethan Dotson, and he has been a terror in 2019, trying to hold off Cody Laney in the 5L.
He has been dominant here this weekend.
The first
Not
5
just
laps.
this weekend.
The 5 laps previous, he was able to stretch about 5 car lengths over Cody Laney, so we should be on a single file restart. We'll be inside of 5 laps left to go. So if Cody Laney wants to get it done, he will have to try to get past that 175 in turns 1 and 2, get out in front of Ethan Dotson, and hopefully he can try to hold him off. But I can guarantee you, if it's going to be a slide job served in 1 and 2, Ethan Dotson's going to come back with 1 in 3 and 4.
Looking at this, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, because now with it single file, Cody doesn't have to worry about somebody below him like Colin Weinbarger sitting there the last restart. He couldn't dive down early to try to set up that slider because he was dealing with Colin, and as he's dealing with that, Ethan just checked out. Now, everybody's single file, he can kind of set up something a little bit easier.
Interesting here on the restart. Everybody trying to get the jump on Dotson. Dotson playing a little bit of a mind game down there, holding a slower pace.
Dotson stacks him up on the restart. Cody Laney falling back 5 to 6 cars.
Flippo comes up lame on the backstretch in the 13, but he's off the racing surface. Caution flag is out.
Caution flag flies. We'll have to reset and try to once again. 35 laps down, 5 laps remaining.
Anybody see what happened to Flippo? I didn't catch that there on the restart.
It just came up really limp coming out of turn 2.
He coasted to a stop there on the entry of turn 3. Looks like they're asking for a hook.
You could see our official down there looking underneath the engine compartment of the 13 machine. So possibly losing an engine in the A1 spring in supply number 13 of Jerry Flippo. Out here pulling triple duty here tonight. Ran an H&S Bodyworks hobby stock, the Pet Boys IMCA Modifieds, and he also ran a street stock. So busy night for that young man, and it's going to end 5 laps early.
I don't see any fluids coming off of from under that car.
There's the drive line that just came out of it right there.
There's the problem. There's the problem.
It finally hatched the little baby. Congratulations. You got a drive line.
Well, that is terrible. He had a good run going, too.
He did. Very solid run for that young man in that 13 machine run. Triple duty. I think I've only ever seen one other person do triple duty out here, and that was Clay Daly a few years ago. Running late models, pro stock, and then he was in a hobby stock as well.
Can you name the last driver to win 4 guitars in one weekend?
Bobby Hogue the
Bobby
fourth.
I was about to say, the only person that had a chance would be Bobby Hogue.
He did it a couple years ago, and he swept the mods and the late models. Here we go, back to racing out of turn 4. Dotson once again runs down the hill, grabs the bottom, tack line out of turn 4, jumps right back to the high side through turns 1 and 2. Laney follows suit. Stanford, slide job on the 9 of Weinbarger, trying to return it down here at the other end of the racetrack. It looks like it completes the pass. Good race in second, third, and fourth. Bumper to bumper out of turn 4 down the main straightaway.
Weinbarger got a heck of a run coming into turn 3, drove it hard, got it to stick up there on the slider, and got right to the back bumper of Laney early. Here comes another slider from Superman.
He attempted it. He couldn't
He
get there
tried.
in time. He knew he couldn't get there in time, had to lift the throttle. Laney drives back by him on the high side. Still 1, 2, 3, but that C9's got a lot of forward bite.
Slider again, but slides up just past him. And as he goes past him, Cody Laney dodges him and bounces off the wall in turn 2.
2 laps to go.